Odeyingbo's been moved around the line a little bit. He's an edge, but he's also played some snaps inside from what I've seen. And so that's why I think the need from the draft point of view kind of goes more towards the edge position, focus wise. Because I think you've added to the interior of the defensive line a little bit today, which definitely helps. But yeah, I just wanted to get Kieran's thoughts on just those two guys real quick, Odeyingbo and Jarrett, and what do you think those additions will do for the Bears this next
I
upcoming
think
year?
I think Jarrett's an easy one. He's been, other than the year he got an ACL tear, consistency always always is performing at a high level. I think it's very telling that he was a free agent for about 2 hours. So I think that's very very telling. I think that's a really good move because it means it's not all on Javon. Dio can play inside outside. I know the sack numbers weren't there this year, but in terms of when you look at some of the guys that got paid, like the pressures were pretty consistent across the board in terms of what he got. Like you can even just look in the last 2 seasons for him versus Josh Sweat. They're not that too dissimilar. I think with even with the sacks, very like I know everybody kind of goes in on Dio this year for only getting 3 sacks, but I think the year before he got 12. So like there's good things that you can see there, especially if you do come away with another edge rusher early on in the draft to where you can move him around the defensive line based on kind of the package that you want to play, based on the looks that you get from the offense. Like it helps both if you draft an edge rusher early that they're not gonna have to be that kind of 3 down edge rusher straight away, that they can come in advantageous positions and you're setting up a rookie for success. But also you're hopeful that he fits in the mold of a defensive end that Dennis Allen likes, and you have to trust in Dennis Allen to be able to develop because he's been able to do it with relatively unknown players in the past and made them better. And the one thing I do like is the age profile of Dio is the one that you do pay. It's still every single deal they've done is pretty short. It's still only 3 years. They haven't gone too far over. They're all fairly consistent, all in like the 40 million mark. Most of them are between like 25 to 32 million guaranteed. Again, I don't think you can complain too much about the contract. It's if you sign an edge rusher or if you draft an edge rusher high in the draft, I think people will be very happy with this defensive line. I do still think that they'll have to bring in another defensive tackle that can at least sub in and out to play nose because that's something that they are missing right now. If they can do that, I think the defensive line is going to look pretty good going into this year.